Good morning, guys. How are you doing? I miss you all so much. I haven't been able to make you a video for a while, but today I was like, I need to see them. And so I went by my dad's house and I said, Dad, do we have any books from when I was growing up? Because I need some more children's books to read to you that aren't at school. And he said, I think so. And so we went and checked, and I found a few of my favorite books growing up. So you're gonna get the next few videos are gonna be Miss Runnels' best books of all time growing up, okay? So I'm really excited to be able to read to you. Before we get going though, can you kind of see the top of my shirt? Look at this silly shirt that Miss Runnels wore today. It has a crazy cat on it eating a popsicle. I just thought wearing it because I said, you know, this shirt makes me happy. And so I wanted to wear it and I wanted to show it to you guys. Okay, so are you ready to see what our first book is today? The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. One thing I want to tell you that's really interesting is this week, Miss Runnels was on the PBS Kids website, and I went to the section where Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was, and in that section, I noticed a very cool clip that was Mr. Rogers met Eric Carle. And remember, Eric Carle is the one that does our author and our illustrator for so many good books that we like. So I was a little curious, and so I decided to watch it. It was so good. It showed us how Eric Carle makes all of his illustrations. So I encourage you, it's free. Ask a grown-up to go to pbskids.com and then search for Mr. Rogers, and then that is where you will see the one with Eric Carle. So it's really good, all right? Okay, so we are gonna read this book today. Few things I want you to check out. So we know that this is our title, The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. So we know that that means he wrote the words, but we also know with Eric Carle that he also did our pictures and our illustrations, okay? I want us to look at something. What is this called in the back of our book? Sometimes, remember, the back of our books have summaries, so let's read the summary really quick. The Mixed Up Chameleon. The little green chameleon sat on a shiny green leaf. When he moved onto a brown tree, he turned brownish, and on the red flower, he became red. All day long, he sat, changing colors and waiting for a tasty fly to eat. It was not very exciting. Then one day, the chameleon saw a zoo. What beautiful animals! I wish I could be big and white like a polar bear, he thought. And his wish came true. That wasn't all. The chameleon wanted to be smart like a fox, to swim like a fish, and to hide in a shell like a turtle too. Soon he was a little of this and a little of that. Just how was the hungry chameleon going to catch the fly buzzing around him? So that was a little bit longer of a summary than what we're used to, but I feel like, based off of that summary, I could give you a pretty good prediction of what I think is going to happen in this book. So before we start, if you haven't read it yet, make a prediction. A guess. What do you think is going to happen in our Mixed Up Chameleon book? Did you get that in? All right, let's get going. The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. His illustrations just make Miss Runnels so happy. Okay, I'm gonna get this situated so we can see us all. Alrighty. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. It moved on to a brown tree and turned brownish. Then it rested on a red flower and turned reddish. When the chameleon moved slowly across the yellow sand, it turned yellowish. You could hardly even see it. Do you remember what it's called when an animal can change its colors to kind of blend into its surroundings? When the chameleon was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. But when it was cold and hungry, it turned gray and dull. was hungry, it sat and waited. Only its eyes moved up, down, sideways, until it spotted a fly. Then the chameleon's long and sticky tongue shot out and caught the fly. That was its life. It was not very exciting, but one day, I love that chameleon. The chameleon saw a zoo. It had never seen so many beautiful animals. Oh, Miss Reynolds is noticing all of those colors. I wonder what that is going to do to our chameleon. The chameleon thought, how small I am, how slow, how weak. I wish I could be big and white like a polar bear. And the chameleon's wish came true. But was it happy? No. I wish I could be handsome like a flamingo. Oh my gosh, look at this illustration, what's happening to it. I wish I could be smart like a fox. Oh my gosh, look at that foxtail. I wish I could swim like a fish. Chameleons are not supposed to swim. Look how crazy that is. So remember, he wants to be smart like a fox. He wants to be handsome like a flamingo. He wants to swim like a fish. What in the world is happening to this chameleon? I wish I could run like a deer. I wish I could see things far away like a giraffe. Look at that. And remember, look how cool this is on the side of our pages. It's showing us where we've been. He wants to be white like a polar bear, handsome like a flamingo, smart like a fox, swim like a fish. See all of that lining down. I wish I could hide in a shell like a turtle. I wish I could be strong like an elephant. Oh my goodness. Look what happened. What did his head become? With what? Can you tell Miss Reynolds loved this book growing up? I wish I could be funny like a seal. We know Miss Reynolds likes to be funny. At least I like to try to be funny. I wish I could be like people. Just then, a fly flew by. The chameleon was very hungry, but the chameleon was very mixed up. It was a little of this and a little of that, and it couldn't catch the fly. How would it even begin to catch that fly, you think? I don't know. Would it use that elephant trunk? Maybe you could smack it with the tail. I wish I could be myself. The chameleon's wish came true. And it caught the fly. Looky there. Look at all of those. A rainbow. So look at all of these things that our chameleon wanted to be. But then at the end of the day, what did it realize that was best? Just to be yourself. Because he got trying to be busy being all of these other things, and then he didn't even know how to eat his food. And that is the end. Thank you for letting me share that story with you. If you couldn't tell, as I was getting so excited while reading it, it's because that book is so special to my heart, and I love the colors and everything with it. So I hope you enjoyed this time with Miss Reynolds and getting to read a book. Remember, if you finish this and you're still interested, I would love for you to go to pbskids.com. I believe it's .org, I believe. I will make sure and check, and I'll email mom and dads to make sure they know. So if so, just so you know where to go. But I believe it might actually be pbskids.org. That is MissReynoldsApologies.org. So ask a grown-up to help you get on that. And then I want you to go to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and look for the episode with Eric Carle. It is very fun. I loved it. When I was watching that movie or that show, my heart was just bursting because it was making me miss you guys so much. I was like, "Ugh, I remember when I used to watch Mr. Rogers with our friends." So I miss you so much. I love you tremendously, and I hope you have a great day today, okay, guys?